Good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don in here with you as we continue to watch severe weather breaking out across the southeastern United States this afternoon. One particular area of concern I want to talk about just for a few moments. This is down in southwest Georgia. Then we'll run back up and take a look at East Alabama and West Georgia in just a moment. Nothing threatening happening there right now. But we have a dangerous situation underway down in southwest Georgia. This is a long-lived thunderstorm that has a history of producing tornadoes this afternoon. We have a tornado warning in effect for areas down in southwest Georgia near Albany, Dougherty County. At 3:22 p.m. this afternoon, a tornado warning remains in effect until 3:45 for southeastern Dougherty County, northeastern Mitchell, and northeastern Baker counties of southwest Georgia. At 3:22 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Putney and moving to the east at around 40 miles per hour. Quarter-sized hail and a possible tornado is contained within this thunderstorm. Now, just in the last 30 minutes, we had a confirmed tornado on the ground being produced by this particular thunderstorm. At the moment, the signature is not quite as significant as it was about 20 or 30 minutes ago. But as we zoom in on the storm and take a look at the base velocity here near Putney, Georgia, right there along Highway 19. This is south of Albany. There's no question that we have rotation in this storm. You see the greens and the reds touching one another there. So we certainly have rotation. We just don't have confirmation that it's on the ground at the moment. Now, for those of you down there in Albany, there's the city of Albany just to the north of this storm. That MCLB you see there is the Marine Corps Logistics Base. That's a little bit to the southeast of Albany. A lot of you know where that's at. They're just south of Highway 19 or Highway 82. So if you're up there at the logistics base, you're on the extreme northern fringes of this thunderstorm. The actual tornado itself, if there is one on the ground, would be down there just south of Putney. So about 10 to 15 miles to the south of the Marine Logistics Base, the Marine Corps Logistics Base there in Albany is where this tornado is at this hour. Now it's moving to the east-northeast at around 40 miles per hour. So that means it's headed towards Sylvester. This storm will most likely move directly overhead there in Sylvester. So if you're in that area, you should go ahead and go to your safe place. If you're at the Marine Corps Logistics Base, you're dangerously close to this possible tornado. But I believe the tornadic part, or the rotation part of this storm, will pass to the south of you by about 10 miles. So I would stay in my safe place up here at the logistics base. Or at least stay very close to it, at least until this storm gets past you, and that will happen here in about 5 minutes or so. We just don't know how large this possible rotation is. I mean, I would not expect it to be large enough to cause any tornadic damage up there at the logistics base, but it's awfully close. And you are inside the polygon. That would be this red box, which is issued by the Weather Service. So they're suggesting you stay in your safe place, and I am too, until we get this storm past you to your south. So that's what's happening down there in southwest Georgia. I'm awfully afraid we're going to start seeing reports of damage in the Putney area and all the way back toward Newton, back toward Damascus, Arlington maybe, and even in the Blakely area or just south of Blakely, between Blakely and Colquitt. That's where this storm really got its act together. And I think we're going to see a track of damage all through this part of Georgia. This has been the strongest looking tornado producing thunderstorm we've had today so far, and I'm awfully afraid we're going to get some damage there. Now, about 30 minutes ago we had a second tornado warning issued, and it did include Albany, but it was basically from downtown Albany up to around Leesburg. We had a thunderstorm there that was capable of producing a thunderstorm. That core has moved on off to the northeast now and has cleared the Albany area. This thunderstorm is up there on Highway 32, pretty close to the intersection of 32 and 313, and that is going to be crossing over I-75 just north of Ashburn and just south up there south of Cordele. Is where that storm will pass over I-75. So let me go back to the reflectivity, and I'll show you the reflectivity right quick. Again, there's your Cordele storm, and then we'll go down here to South Albany, or the Putney storm, if you will. Right there where you see that little hook echo, that's where your possible tornado would be at this moment. So while it's still storming in Putney, the circulation would be off to the southeast of downtown Putney, moving on off, like I said, to the northeast. So Sylvester, you are in the path of the part of this storm that is producing that possible tornado, and I would highly suggest if you're up there in Sylvester, you go ahead and go to your safe place. So we'll zoom out. You'll see a lot of storms up there, stretching from, just north of Abbeville, Alabama, across southwest Georgia over to around Americus, Cordele. It is storming all across southwest Georgia now. That does stretch on up into the Macon area, and then on over into eastern Georgia, places like Wadley, Georgia, Swainsboro, Dublin, Vidalia, Statesboro, all getting in on the action this afternoon. As far as severe weather is concerned, we have a severe thunderstorm warning up there just south of Covington, south of the I-20 corridor, just north of Forsyth, Georgia. And then back over in Alabama, let's talk about what's happening here. We have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued for East Alabama. This does include Randolph, Clay, and Talladega. And I'm going to switch radars. This is probably going to lock up my system, and if it does, I'll just reboot it right quick. Let's see if it'll catch that. Yes, there we go. Okay, so that worked well. All right, so here comes a brand new severe thunderstorm warning now for east central Alabama. This will cover portions of Cleburne, Calhoun, Talladega, Clay, and Randolph counties. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until, let's see, this will go until 3:30 p.m. Central. So about another hour on this severe thunderstorm. The warning is for Randolph County, southern Cleburne County, and Clay County in east central Alabama. At 2:28 Central, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Weaver to near Munford to near Alpine, moving to the southeast at 60 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail is the main threat with this severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect until 3:30 p.m. This afternoon. And so you have a heavy thunderstorm in Randolph right now. Let's just go down there and take a look at that. It stretches from Wedowee back over to around Potash. There's probably some small hail there to the southeast of Napoleon and to the northeast of Potash. Heavy rain all the way down into the High Shoals area. Roanoke, you look pretty good right now, but if you look back off to your west and northwest, heavy rain near Cornhouse Creek, and then back over toward Malone, stretching into Clay County. Just south of Ashland down to around Millerville. Very heavy rainfall now down Highway 9 just south of Millerville and just north of Goodwater across southwestern Clay County. But that's not what the warning is for. The warning is for this line of thunderstorms that's bowing back up here in Talladega County, about to move into extreme northwest Clay. So from Talladega back up to around Anniston, Oxford, just to the east of the Army Anniston Depot out there at Bynum, and then stretching on up to Weaver and Jacksonville, we have that bowing segment of thunderstorms. That's from Jacksonville all the way down to Talladega. That is the portion of the storm that the National Weather Service is issuing a warning for, and they have gone ahead and pulled the trigger on southern Cleburne, Talladega, Clay, and Randolph for this particular storm that's coming down across I-20 right now. So we are looking, let's see if we can get some times on here. We're looking at arrival in Ashland in about 7 minutes. Give me just a second here to move some of this stuff around so we can see it a little better. There's your timing. We're looking at Ashland in about 7 minutes, Lineville in about 7, Wedowee in about 20 minutes, Woodland about 23 minutes, and Roanoke, you're about 30 minutes away from this line of thunderstorms that's barreling off to the southeast this afternoon. Now, not to say that the stuff that's already there can't produce some significant weather, because it is. I mean, we've got a hail marker right there to the southeast, really to the east of Wedowee, that's giving us an 80% chance of hail and a 30% chance that we have at least 3/4 inch sized hail. So we've got some significant weather right there in eastern Randolph, right there on Highway 87 right now. That will quickly move into Heard County, so that won't be a problem for Randolph much longer. But here comes the big show, or the main show, back up off to the northeast, and there's a couple of storm markers on this line, so we'll look at this one. It is showing arrival, let's see, Wedowee in about 16 minutes on this cell. We'll put it in motion so you can kind of see how that's moving. You see the direction there on that stuff as it is quickly moving off to the southeast. It's already down into extreme northwestern Clay County. I'm going to run the markers again. Okay, well, that's not cooperating at the moment, but you get the gist of the idea here. This is going to be a significant line of thunderstorms as it moves into Clay, Randolph, and southern Cleburne counties over the next 30 minutes or so. Bear with me. Let me check and see what this is. This is a new tornado warning for Dougherty County in southwest Georgia. And let me just pull up the verbiage on this. I think it's going to be a continuation of the warning we already had in place, and it is. So the storm down there for you folks, namely my daughter, who's watching this afternoon from the logistics base in Albany, they've issued a new tornado warning, but this is not going to affect the logistics base. This is going to be for southeastern Dougherty County and southwestern Georgia, southern Worth County, and south central Georgia. This warning does replace the previous warning, and it's in effect until 4:15 p.m. And it's for a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, which is now east of Putney, moving to the east at 35 miles per hour. So I think it is safe to call all clear for the Marine Logistics Base down there to the southeast of Albany. You're on the extreme northern edge of that storm. It is moving to the east, and it's moving away from you at this time. So I think you guys are in the clear now. Bear with me. We're getting some more information here. This is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning for Elmore County, back up in central Alabama. The National Weather Service in Birmingham has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Elmore County, northern Bullock County, Macon County, and northern Montgomery County in central Alabama until 4 p.m. this afternoon. At 2:38 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Boylston or near Millbrook, moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. So that's just east of Prattville, moving to the east at 40 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gust, and quarter-sized hail is going to be the main threat with that severe thunderstorm, and there it is. Centered in Elmore County near Millbrook, just south of Wetumpka, and that is moving east-southeast. So nasty weather taking place in Elmore County there, just south of Wetumpka and just north of Montgomery. Also a pretty nasty cell there on the northwest side of Montgomery, back toward Prattville. At this hour, and that is showing a hail marker as well. Actually, that's got us at a 100% chance of hail, 40% chance of severe hail. And then looking back upstream, more severe thunderstorm warnings back around Greensboro. This is over in West Alabama. And those storms are going to train over the exact same locations as this one in Elmore County. So flash flooding is going to become a problem this afternoon as we continue with these storms as well. Zooming back out so you can see so you can see the whole picture here, and just bear with me because I'm checking multiple different things here. This is a missing child report up here in northeast Georgia. Okay, I'll go deal with that in just a few moments. Not in my particular area, but it's pretty close. Here's a severe thunderstorm warning coming now for Lee County in east central Alabama. The National Weather Service in Birmingham has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Lee County in east central Alabama, northern Russell County, and southeast Alabama until 3:45 p.m. At 2:40, a severe thunderstorm was located over Waverly, or 7 miles northeast of Notasulga, moving to the east at 45 miles per hour. Hazard with this storm is 60-mile-per-hour wind, gust, and quarter-sized hail. Let's see. That is not, or has not populated just yet on the map, but that's the storm right there. And you can see just tremendous lightning output in all of these storms this afternoon. That's because of the hail. The friction from the hail and the heavy rains, the torrential rains, is what causes the lightning discharge, and so that's why we see so many lightning icons on the screen. Just in that frame you're looking at, folks, we're talking 225 lightning strikes in the last 3 minutes. That is a tremendous amount of lightning. So there we go. There's the new severe thunderstorm warning. This, again, includes the greater Auburn-Opelika area. And let's jump over and take a look at Toomer's Corner. If we can get that to come up. Well, let's wait. We're doing all this live, and okay, that was the wrong. Let's try something different here. Where'd it go? Okay, we'll get back to that in just a few minutes. Let's go back to the radar. All right, we've got another. Let's see what this one is. This is a severe thunderstorm warning now for Daugherty County down in southwest Georgia, but I believe, yeah, okay. So Albany, you've got another storm coming at you from the northwest. It's a severe thunderstorm warning, so those of you down there in Albany and at the Marine Logistics Base, you're not out of the woods. There are more storms coming. It's not tornadic at the moment, but this afternoon the MO has been you get a severe thunderstorm warning, and then just a few minutes later you catch a tornado warning out of the same storm. And conditions are certainly ripe for that to happen again. So if you're down there in Daugherty County, Albany area, pay attention to the weather to your northwest, back up toward Columbus. You have more storms coming your way. Of course, we'll watch that for you here as well. But again, a heavy thunderstorm now moving in on the Auburn-Opelika area. This afternoon, a severe thunderstorm warning just issued. We also have that severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Talladega, Clay, Randolph, and southern Cleburne this afternoon. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect this afternoon until 3:30 for all you folks in Randolph County, Alabama. You're also under a tornado watch that goes out until 5 o'clock this afternoon. So any of these storms could go tornadic. I'll tell you that this line of thunderstorms that the Weather Service is issuing the severe thunderstorm warning for, it looks more like a Boeing line of thunderstorms. It really doesn't have a tornadic characteristic to it, even though you can often get spin-up tornadoes along this Boeing line of thunderstorms. These are not singular storms that are sitting out there by themselves like we're seeing down in southwest Georgia. So I'm not ruling out the possibility of a tornado across Randolph and Clay and in southern Cleburne, but that's just not a typical tornado type setup there. But the lightning is just relentless. There is 352 strikes in the last 3 minutes. 352. The bulk of that falling right there just below Heflin, down to around Delta. It appears that the heaviest lightning concentration is right there around this hail core just to the east of Shulafini, where we've got obviously some pretty large hail falling there now, and it's creating all of these lightning strikes that you see flashing there on the screen. So heads up, you're going to feel this down in the Delta area first. Lineville, it's just now starting. Ashland, it'll start there in just a few moments. Pine Tucky up in northwest Randolph County, it's knocking on your door. Coming across Mount Cheahaw at the moment. Then that thing's going to swing on down to the southeast, eventually moving into the Woodland and Wedowee areas. Then it'll get Wadley and Roanoke and Rock Mills here in about 20 minutes or so. Let me put some, that's not going to work. I want to look at the base velocity on this right quick. Yeah, there's your gust front. Okay, so no question we have some wind here stretching from Chulafini down to Delta and then just north of Ashland. Where you see that green surrounded by the red in a line like that, that's the gust front. Moving down with this storm. Let's put it in motion. You can kind of see how it moves. We'll just let it loop through. Yeah, I don't think that wind gust front is as wide as it was about 10 minutes ago, but it's still there. Take it current, stop it right there. You see it, that green line. That's where your heaviest wind is taking place, and that continues on this trajectory. It's going to move right through Lineville down here. It's knocking on the door there in Ashland and Lineville. It has just moved through Delta. Doesn't look as significant up here on the north end as it does from just south of Delta back over to southwest Clay County. But that's your gust front right there. That's where the dangerous winds would be. Don't see anything that looks tornadic at the moment. 60% chance of hail with this particular storm. So we'll go back to the reflectivity, zoom back out and kind of give you a large picture. And I know it's awfully noisy. There's a lot of stuff going on there on your screen. So what about Roanoke? Well, Roanoke's going to get this line of thunderstorms. You're under a severe thunderstorm warning. And this line of storms is moving to the southeast. So once it clears Clay, it's going to be in Randolph, and then eventually it'll come through Roanoke. You've got rain in the area right now, Roanoke. You've got thunder and lightning in the area, but the reason they're issuing the severe thunderstorm warning for Randolph County is still back across northern Clay up into southern Cleburne County. And as that moves to the southeast, probably within the next 20 minutes, it will move across Randolph County, including the greater Roanoke area. Coosa County looks pretty good at the moment. There may be some hail up there in the extreme northeastern corner of Coosa County up above Kellyton, but I don't see anything threatening really in Coosa County right this minute. West Point, Georgia. You're good right now. You've got a severe thunderstorm warning down there in Lee County, but that's moving to the east. I don't think that will affect you up there in West Point. You had some pretty nasty stuff move through West Point earlier this afternoon. But for the moment, Chambers County, Lynette, West Point, the Kia plant, you all look pretty good. Everything is either well south of you or well north of you. Now, this line that's coming into Clay and Randolph, if it continues on its current path and at its current intensity, it could end up down here around the West Point area in about an hour or so. You're not in the clear at West Point. Don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. There are more storms coming. It's going to be stormy all afternoon and probably all night across East Alabama and West Georgia. This is a long-duration event. I mean, look back over here in Mississippi, would you? We've got severe thunderstorms stacked up from the Alabama-Mississippi state line all the way back into central Mississippi. And we actually have storms also all the way back into Louisiana. I mean, look at that, back near Shreveport. So we're looking at a long-duration event where we're going to have periods of showers and thunderstorms probably through at least daybreak tomorrow morning, if not midday tomorrow, before we clear all of this stuff out of here. It's going to be a rough ride. Yeah, I just saw a comment about one viewer said he was in the Oxford area. It looked like nighttime there. That's one of the things about the storms today. The liquid in the atmosphere is so dense. It's not going to allow any sunlight through. So it is going to get pitch black dark when these storms roll into your area. Okay. I don't know how to explain it any better, folks. Randolph County, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning. You have a line of thunderstorms coming down from the northwest, moving to the southeast. It is going to affect the entire county. Yes, east side Lake Wedowee. Yes, 48 Bridge, Lake Wedowee. All of this is moving in your general direction, and you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. What can you expect? A tremendous amount of lightning, maybe some hail, and some strong gusty winds as this line of thunderstorms moves in. Over the next 15 or 20 minutes, it's from about Ashland over to around from Ashland in Clay County over to around Pine Hill in Randolph, and then up into south central Cleburne up to about the I-20 interchange, and it's moving southeast. So yes, Wedowee, yes, Lake Wedowee, yes, Wadley, Roanoke, Rock Mills, Woodland, Ashland, Mountain City. All of you folks are going to experience this thunderstorm as it moves on off to the southeast this afternoon. So we are going to continue to monitor this for you. Of course, if we have changes in the warnings, we will come right back and update you on what's going on this afternoon. Not able to give you wall-to-wall coverage today. Timing on these storms not real good. It's happening in the middle of the workday, and I have daytime job responsibilities I have to deal with as well. But I am watching it, and I will keep you updated as best I can. If we deal with this all night, then maybe I can give you some wall-to-wall coverage this evening. So stay with us. Keep watching for our live broadcast. We'll update you certainly via text on Facebook. That will happen regardless. And then I'll go live as I can throughout the remainder of the afternoon here on Dr. Don's Weather.